Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the nightcap of the Tuesday races for Free Enterprise. And oh wow, that's kind of ominous objectives here. But anyway, I am Nightdew, my co-commentator tonight, Demarin, and we are doing the nightcap here tonight for the Free Enterprise Lali-Ho League Round 2 Swiss races. How you doing tonight, Demarin?
I'm doing good. I'm real excited. We've had just so many good races so far this event. Wild finishes. We've had a tie. It's been so good so far. So one more. All right, one more for the pile. Let's do this tonight.
Absolutely. We're only in round 2. We're wanting to make that pile sky high here, honestly. I do see Iridia immediately, which I absolutely love. We have as our objectives here that aren't the locked ones. We're fighting Rosa, and we're fighting everybody's favorite Nope Rope there, an Ogopogo.
Favorite. You really have a strange definition of that particular word, but we'll go with it. At least Hey Rose is in the seed. We know that for sure. The fact is that two characters get the night off every night out of the pool of 12. So if you do have a character objective, you at least have some sense of who's going to be available to you. The only problem is you don't know when. So, you might get a bunch of ninja swords knowing Edge is in the seed, and then Edge doesn't show up until your last objective, or, we might get Rosa, so far into the seed, she might be our last objective, who knows?
I do hear the Giant of Babil is prime camping this time of year, so we've seen it once already, at very least. Possibly more. There are races I remember on Khadgar that I haven't even seen yet that I kind of wish I have, honestly.
Giant's not real, it's fine. Nobody's going there at this point, it feels like, if they don't have to, and most of the time you don't have to, but if Ogopogo and Rosa are both hanging out there, having some sugar tea and rum, well, that's how the party's gonna happen, I guess.
Oh, Giant is off with that fabled antlion cave, I see.
uh Yep, but the big thing to look for, big preponderance of deep clears in these flags, lots of runs that need to go deep on the moon or deep into the night. Jet seed's a little harder to come by, but the ones that we've seen have been blistering, but lots of 2-hour clears, lots and lots of deep runs, so we're likely to be here for into the night, which will be very exciting to get to hang out with you all night, which will be very nice.
Absolutely. I brought coffee earlier in the day. I'm hoping they kind of keep up with us because, as discussed a little bit earlier, we've got a lot of very old hands in the Free Enterprise between Gambit017 and Vitasia. A lot of us have been here for a while, actually. Is this the Free Enterprise retirement home?
It kind of is. I mean, we're not retired. We're both 1-0, I guess, but it's not about us. I mean, Gambit Vitasia also 1-0, so striving to get halfway to the brackets, it's going to take 4 wins in this first set of 6 Swiss rounds to make it into the brackets, or 3 wins on tie, but we're not too worried about that at this point in time. We've got the Punch Wizard to go with Rydia and a Glass Mask, so at least physical defense will be through the rooftops, but this should be rough. This is not a great starting party.
Yeah, I am actually much higher on the glass hat, but generally because I'm more of a cover Cecil. One thing to do note that was a lunar sparkle, so we do have a 1 in 5 chance that was our Ogopogo right there in Baron.
Yeah, I mean, you always gotta make note of that. That's a big thing. If you forget that that's a lunar spark, that does upgrade the value of heading back to Baron if you get the key. Because you got a chance of hitting your boss there, so it's a good note there. Thank you.
1 in 5, much better than 1 in 34, and we're off, and both runners are going straight north. One to Damsian, one to the Watery Pass, looking for a little higher class of loot in the Watery Pass there.
Yeah, it's a longer walk. We don't have a easy way out. We don't start with an exit in the inventory, and so we'll see how deep Vitasia goes with this. Gambit's on a pretty standard play here, just dropping down, grabbing a lit bolt, Aegis shield, a couple of Lilith rods, nothing super. Oh, speaking of super exciting, that's a power shirt. Okay, that's actually exciting.
Yeah, there was a Charm Rod also in Vitasia's loot there. Both of them finding decent black magic sticks there for that Rydia should they keep them. Hobbs flag is on, so I would assume both of them Crystal Ring also in the waterfall.
It feels like I see so many of those in the Watery Pass at this point. But yeah, the power shirt's the big get because Yang only scales with strength, and so you want to get his strength up as fast as possible. He gets to start with that strength ring for the +5, which is really nice. So Power Shirt's going to get him to plus 20 pretty fast, and so he's going to actively be able to, get us out of the early game a little bit more easily. Vitasia's going to skip Damsian, is going to unknowingly skip that Power Shirt. Gambit, of course, is going to pop up the hovercraft, because with one of the objectives being turned in the pigtail, it's likely we're going to need to do that.
Yeah, we are seeing what they did start with. Iridius did start with a bow, is going straight to that glass hat, which does kind of signal that Gambit is going to not potentially do what I've seen a lot of runners do and instantly anchor that Rydia, though with only 2 characters, kind of hard to do so right now. Did start with an Ice Claw as well. Useful, but we're kind of looking for, hopefully, I guess, something Ice Wake right now. We are going to get a quick check at the Waterfall boss as well here.
Yep, one other, there's Leviathan, so wrong Serpent, thanks game, but that boss out of the pool for our runners. Vitasia did find one other big ticket item, which was the first Hourglass of the Seed, which can be used to cast Stop. Some bosses aren't actually bosses, and I'm sure that we will mention that when the time comes, so you can lock them down and lock them out of the fight, which is really important. Gambit's going to give us a check on Hobbs, while Vitasia is going to be at the bottom of Antlion Cave, and hey, there is our friend Bahamut.
Now, one thing of note is Gambit did find Shiva on Mount Hobbs there. It is one where adding ice to more ice doesn't exactly work unless you walk in and out for some reason there.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure you could pass through there. It's still important, but, Gambit still looting a little bit here. These are slightly better chests. This is always kind of an interesting play to do this from the front when you have the opportunity with Rydia. Can't do it otherwise. Vitasia cashes out a pair of Starveils, and Bahamut decides to reflect some flares in himself and just is eliminated from the match.
Gambit did get a Stardust item, and that's a cane on top of Hobbs with Odin. Hello. But we did find that Baron Key, which, hey, we know of a Lunar Sparkle. Baby.
Hey, we mentioned that in the opener here, like all of 4 minutes ago, because, we're good. We're good. We're nice. We got this. Gonna cash out that Lit Bolt. One problem, the Lit Bolt scales with your character's hit points, so Rydia, not the best choice to use it. It does double her health and damage because it's 4 times, so instead of doing half, it does double. Not exactly ideal.
Not ideal. Might be needing Kane to jump over the impending Xantasuken. Did get the... Oh, wait, those are lit arrows. We do have a bow. That might work. Samurai bow, lit arrows. There's the answer right there. I believe is going to throw that... No, is not going to throw that Stardust because there's Xantasuken.
Yeah, Odin drops everybody else who's not alive. And now, keeping in mind, Odin does get a little bit quicker to the second Xantasuken. Not that it matters, as Gambit's party is... run clean out of hit points here, and well, that's that for that. Gambit takes the first wipe of the run. Vitasia does have Antlion in under his belt, so Vitasia with the slight edge to start this run today.
Yeah, not a huge thing. Again, it's knowing what you're running into there at least. They both do have the options to deal with that Odin and get that Dragoon in their party, and right now, that's a really... with this party, I would definitely want to be adding him sooner rather than later.
Yeah, the tough thing also about doing this from this side is that you don't get to see the boss unless you're super careful going up the stairs, and Vitasia's going to chug that elixir right now. You get 1 elixir for free in these flags, and, water does good in your canteen, so he's going to drink it to get that... to get that Rydia Shiva online for a cast here, and then going to throw the Stardust as well, probably. Or going to switch over to Dwarfax and hack away, one or the other.
It does have that Ogre Axe there also, but yeah, probably going to do the same. But yeah, that's an incredibly aggressive use of that elixir, and I don't hate it.
I mean, I respect it. I mean, we still have a little bit of MP in the tank for some Lightning 2s because Vitasia did do... Or some Lightning 1s because Vitasia did do the boss at Antlion, so should have Lightning 1 on Rydia here, but gonna cash out the Dust as well. Finish the job real quick.
Yeah, there we go. There's the Lit Bolt with Yong there. That's gonna do substantially more damage, and there it goes.
Both our runners picking up a Dragoon for their troubles here. Ogre Axes and Dwarf Axes all around, so we're gonna get our back row glitch on. Of note, Vitasia did put on the Dwarf Axe in combat, but does not have the back row glitch on Kane, because you need to either equip it out of combat or take an action with it in combat. So hopefully that won't come back to haunt him a little bit later, but he's going to go in now to Damsian, catch up on launching a hovercraft most likely here. Probably give himself the boss check too. Yep, going to do everything by the book here. Pretty straightforward so far for both our runners.
Do kind of hope he does walk in and find that power shirt still.
Yeah, there's a chance he chooses not to loot, but it's so early. Like, it's hard to keep skipping loot at this point in the game, but these are chests are popular for not taking right now, so we shall see.
It does kind of feel, we've rolled, obviously, more than a few seeds ourselves here. With S-Quarter, we are selling things for only a quarter of their value instead of half. So it just kind of depends on your looting tendencies on how much you're going to want, because you are going to want to buy some of the more expensive sirens, hourglasses, coffins, the good stuff.
The good stuff. Otherwise, what are these treasure chests you speak of? I didn't know you have to open them to win seeds. It's a little weird to me, but that's okay. Vitasia did skip the power shirt by the by, did just ditch out, which I think is fine. It's just, again, we can see the future. Vitasia cannot, so that's a little unfortunate.
Yeah, Gambit is giving us a little more the full tour of Antlion Cave. Does find a gun near some arty arrows. That's really nice in that save room there. That's all the weapon Kane's ever going to need, really.
He equips the Dwarf Axe, equips the Ogre Axe, slaps on an Aegis Shield. No heavy armor here yet, though. And again, no power shirt, but because it's on Yang. But hey, that's fine.
No armor whatsoever, honestly.
I mean, who needs armor when everything is still dying fairly quickly? So one of the interesting things about these flags is one of the newest flags for Free Enterprise, the Sea-Neki flag, which takes all of the starting equipment on your character, throws it in the barren trash can where it is, annihilated, and instead leaves you with one tier 3 or lower weapon. Edge, no swords. Food, no massive armor boost to start up. Sometimes you get a black sword on Cecil, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, sometimes Yang even grabs a poison claw, which also helps there. But yeah, that definitely kind of weakens our strongest characters there by not giving you free strength or magic boosting gear. However, one thing we are getting for free is this Fabul defense fight, where we find the King Queen Evelyn.
So it's time. I guess Vitasia's going to grab a drink, have a stretch, AFK. No big deal. Don't need to do anything. Maybe make sure you keep your Rydia alive because you want the experience points because she desperately needs them, but it's fine. This is free, right? Why can't you be a Cave Bahamut more?
Why can't you be at the Leviathan spot more?
Yeah, you're not wrong. But yeah, as everybody can see, as the script goes, they cast some fire spells, they get depressed, and they leave the battlefield. They just walk away. They just decide that ice cream would be more important than fighting you, and so the King and Queen Evelyn go and get ice cream. So now they have ice cream, which is great.
And now I want ice cream.
Same.
However, I do get a little bit more of what I want. That is a hook from the Fabul defense, so we are a couple key items away. However, there is something large, menacing, and something our runners are not going to touch in the D-miss spot. No villainous laughing today here, as they're going to steer well clear away from that Golbez.
Yeah, nice one to see there, honestly. Golbez can be an annoying fight to run into blind, and so knowing that he's not real and does not exist in the seed and therefore cannot hurt you is kind of nice.
Absolutely. Was that a ribbon I just saw in a Baron? Yes, that was.
That was a rare find. Very low rate of getting the beautiful tier 5 helmet there. But when we get those, we take those. They're great.
Oh, absolutely. Things you'd like to have before you fought that thing that does not exist in the seed.
Yeah, not even real. It's great. Speaking of things that are not real, there's a black mage.
Yeah, that is a second black mage, yes.
Oh, and there was a ninja hat too. Neat.
I believe that was an antlion as well. Now, gonna have to refresh me. It's been a while since I've seen Pain Man in this spot, but doesn't he still do about 100 damage a shot in this area?
I'm fairly sure Gambit's gonna count on getting a Kane one shot here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Rydia's in a lot of trouble though.
Yeah, oh, that's, he's a little fast.
Yeah, he's in a hurry to get things done right now.
Four off of that.
396.
Meanwhile, Vitasia on the other side wants to heal throw here. Has a little bit more hit points to do so with as well.
Yeah, the lighter on loot, but heavier on stuff. And second boss, Rubicant.
Hey, those ice claws are totally worth it now.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Yang can power punch his way through this at this point. I mean, assuming that we don't get to the Rubicant melee, which will absolutely dust these characters off in a hurry, because, you know.
That is definitely a power punch there. Yang for 3/4 of Rubicant's health in the spot.
Yeah, the big thing is that Rubicant will counter fight with Fire 2s, or with group Fire 2s, but not will not counter power punches or jumps. So by doing it that way, you don't get lit on fire from the spot that has good enough magic defense to dumpster this party pretty quick. So that's great.
Shiva also doing quite a lot of work there, as Vitasia is showing us. We do get a party rock for our trouble along with our black mage, and I'm guessing we're going to be raiding some treasuries here real fast.
Is it time? Is it time? Are we really going to raid a treasury tonight?
I wouldn't see why not.
Ah, I'm excited. This is great. Man, it's been a while. No tier 7s in the treasury, folks, because there's a flag that maxes out treasure chests at tier 6 that are not encounter chests, but still, it's about that time. It's time to ask the fourth most important question in Free Enterprise, we hope, when somebody gets in there.
Oh, we do have to do a little bit of shopping, but not in that one, apparently.
Skips the kamikaze. It's a nice utility item, but it's very niche. Vitasia's going to take that hovercraft and is deciding that, you know, maybe we're not ready to party just yet. He wants to maybe party with a new party member first before he decides to party on top of the Tower of Zod.
Yeah, I could definitely see that here. Gambit, however, is on a current course too. Yep, we are going to get that treasury. Vitasia, however, beating Gambit to the punch, finding some Zeus gauntlets right there in Cave Evelyn.
And a Dragoon hat for Kane. That's the good stuff right there. That's what you want to see. Gambit's going to grab the cheap stuff first before going for the good stuff. Finds a ninja sword, a nice long sword there. Another Gungnir lance pops out. A Sura summon for your Rydia so she can play White Mage if you really want. More hourglasses for sale here in Eblin for Vitasia, so he's going to grab a handful and set up for the lockdown.
That's treasury!
Zeus Gauntlet. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think it's Vitasia's going to see another chest until checking that character here, but it's time
to rate this treasury. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, there we go. Wow.
Okay, it started out a little bad, but Stardust Rod, Leviathan, White Spear, I'll give it a solid 7.5 out of 10 there.
Yeah, 2 Moonveils out of 10 is also pretty nice there. The big thing I'm looking for in the armory myself personally is I'm looking for armor. Like, give me chest pieces, give me Dragoon gear, give me power shirts, give me black belt keys, you know, give me Sork shirts. So the lack of armor can't really get us past 6 or 7 here, but Leviathan for Rydia is great. Stardust Rod is great. 2 Moonveils let us cheese bosses if this is a garbage hook route. There's an opportunity to perform some cheesy cheese, which I am always here for.
Meanwhile, Vitasia has found an exit mage, and I missed that boss, actually, that is in the Ruby slot.
Same. I think we're going to need some help from the fans at this point in time, because I got nothing. I missed it, too. We're getting word that they're...
Oh,
the Karate Man. Ooh, that'll be fun. That's a fun one there, if you don't have Cecil.
Well, we might. Gambit is going straight in the tower and is looking for that flame dog here. Once a possible piece of that tier 7 loot coming around here.
Yeah, or even just some nice upgraded armor again, with a chance to get even to like tier 5 loot. Nice Sork shirt would be good here. Kind of just give yourself some extra power here. So we shall see what pops out. While Vitasia's looting heavily. Not totally interested in scooting with that looting. We also did get a white spear for Kayn as well, so that is an option. It's going to cash out the Boreas, which is going to absolutely destroy Flame Dog. Sensible play. Get it out of your inventory. You're not going to use it for anything else at this point anyhow. Show us Crystal Sword. Oh my. Oh no, that might be better right now. Ooh, that's...
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I love the play. That's a 10 out of 10 treasury right there.
Oh yeah, Gambit got real paid with that with that Avenger. That's gonna carry you through a lot of fights here, especially with DKC already off the board.
Yeah, loving life right now. Just put that on. Just put that on. Kane's gonna... You will see Kayn do things that one man should not do in free enterprise. Put the strength ring on and the strength ring and the power shirt on with that Avenger. Get your plus 30 on. You want multipliers? We got multipliers. We got multipliers on top of multipliers. We're gonna do so much damage.
Only an Hourglass 2, which I believe Vitasia used one to fight that Staleman chest.
Yep, gets a white spear. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yep, you said what I was about to there. Yeah, did get a white spear out of there, but kind of feels funny to use an Hourglass to gain an Hourglass.
God, it's like the Zelda 1 randomizer. Use a key, get a key. The refund is real. At least in this, you get like 2,000 experience from that fight, which is, of course, a pittance. Now we've got to ask the 7th most important question in free enterprise.
Did Dathis roll the seed?
Yeah, is this even randomized? Gods. Or, of course, my favorite. Do you like the sweet, sweet taste of vanilla? Because that's what we got here. Vanilla Mega Sisters are very vulnerable to the power of a spell that you normally don't get at this point in the game. As Rydia is sitting back, relaxing, chanting Leviathan, hold still, everybody.
I think Gambit is getting the news that back row did not take there with the mid-combat equip there is... That's a little less spicy than normal for an Avenger.
Yeah, it's a little anemic, honestly. You know, you just an Avenger alone on level 10 Kayn, and I'm expecting to hit with the Strength Ring 1,000 damage.
Oh, yeah. Still, with the Leviathan and Kayn still going at least very fast there, so yeah, the remedy does not go off. We do not see Respawn Sisters, and we get 9,000 XP, which is actually pretty good for this stage of the game.
Yeah, this group needs it too. Rydia and Palom, both very experience dependent. Your Yang and your Yang and your Kayn will get where they need to get. The big thing is that they only need to get into the 40s to be sort of endgamey.
Yeah, also Vitasia did find a cat claw somewhere. I don't know if that was bot or anything, but the Yang is very quickly approaching critical mass here.
Yeah, if he does make the gamble if he does go Earth Crystal and make the play for both the treasury and the trap chest here, it could be party time too for Vitasia.
Well, we get some information. We have a bomb in Dwarf Castle. They should do something about that. Also, some kind of singing person.
Yo, it's a bard. That's not Fusoya.
That's not Rosa either. That is a white mage, however. The first one we've seen of those.
Yep, and Scythe Marshal letting us know Vitasia's looting of the bottom 3 chests at the start of Waterway netted him a cursed ring, so of all the things to find, that's a pretty good one. Sets up anchoring, lets you do some really interesting things in the late game when enemies are really fast. Porum in, Edward out. Edward immediately sent to the bench because, you know, come on, let's be real, it's Edward.
Yep, it does have some decent caster gear. I would assume both the other mages in the party are hogging most of the gear at this point. However,
So yeah, Vitasia's like real interested in that Lunar Sparkle, honestly, which is a sensible play. Go to chase that Baron Key first, and oh hey, hi.
oh yeah, nice to see you here.
Yeah, gonna take off the White Spear because Demas takes half damage from Holy Weaponry, and so is gonna switch over to that Gungner, and also not Berserk because Demas after 3 turns decides to pop out for a little while. Grab a drink, get some water, stay hydrated.
Yeah, it does seem like a good place to sit on a Leviathan, possibly, but
Yeah, probably going to wind it up for second phase here. Just don't miss the first one, and then set it up so that you start winding it up, when the Mist Dragon's phasing back in.
also, unfortunately, it was not the boss we were hoping for, or at least the boss our runners were hoping for in the Baron area here. We do get a Plague, however, as our Lunar Sparkle.
Yeah. So Kane up in the air is going to get a jump off and then actually get caught in the refresh, which is really handy here. So Kane's not going to die. Other characters are. Not exactly the best situation, but not the worst either. One more jump should probably do the job here, though. Leviathan is going to fire off here for Gambit as well, so this is going to be a good chunk of the damage that we need to get rid of Demas. This bot's fairly healthy, but not super, super healthy, and so down goes the Mist Dragon.
And let me just say, it is absolutely refreshing after seeing all the Rydias being killed off that both of our runners are keeping our little summoner alive.
Look, Leviathan is good. Like, Leviathan is, expensive, sadly, so you can't cast as much, but it does Quake comparable damage, so you use it if you got it.
Meanwhile, I don't know if we're hearing our third commentator back there, but we do have a rather loud cat in the background here.
Heck yeah! I am here for the third commentator. This rules. So Hanzo Steel at the top of the tower, no item, so no objectives there for Gambit, but I guess, got the most key item of them all in that Avenger, honestly. Mute Bell thrown down on these guards so their counter spells won't go off, so the status effects that they will greatly afflict this party with are not going to happen. Their melee hits aren't great here, so this should be pretty academic right now.
Yep, man. Well, we do actually have the Demas check out of that Zot too, so we're gonna get one more shot at making that Zot play necessary. And oh, that's valuable.
Big money right there for the required Pinktail is at the top of Zot from the Mist Dragon. So Rydia's mom coming through in the clutch before she also goes on vacation, so she's gonna probably go get ice cream right now as well.
Where are all these characters vacationing at?
That's a good question. Probably Agart. I don't go there. I don't know what's going on in that town. They took the big whale to Star Ocean 3. They're in Haida 4.
Oh, there you go. There, that works. Meanwhile, Gambit running into the inventory boss there, but is going to loot these bottom 3, so is going to find the bounty of a curse ring there, which is immediately snapped right up here.
And is going to have to go ahead and eject some items from the inventory here because, boy, are we overloaded right now. Inventory boss claiming another runner here, at least for a few seconds.
Speaking of other things, though, we were hoping for a crystal sword. We haven't found that, but we have found a wielder of said crystal sword at Baron. Behind those Baron guards, we have found our Cecil. And I believe Vitasia still does have that Tella, so that might be the big shining. Let's go see what's out bound ordeals because we're still on that hook route. But
yeah, we're still on the hook route.
Yeah, but we also have found. I mean, I'd go there just because. Hey, we know Yang is at the or Karate is at the Rubicon spot. So hey, let's go get ourselves a quick kill.
Yeah, I like freebies, honestly. That's what I'm all here for. Baron Trash Bin's got, well, that's actually not garbage. That is the compressed force of, light compressed so densely that you could power a whale with it.
we heard you like choices, and that's going to give you a lot of choices, but instead of checking that character up there, gonna go straight to Mount Ordeals here, which, I mean, I totally get as well here.
Yeah, no, you mentioned that. This is a straight line. This is usually a straight line run when you've got both Cecil and Tella who get very important abilities from here. Let's see if Gambit has no trouble with Plague here. Turns on the blender real quick here and puts it on medium high. Probably fix the back row glitch because oh my god.
Oh yeah. Will Plague blend? Yes, Plague will definitely blend.
Oofa. Those are the big numbers now that we were expecting. 1,000 point punches, 2,000 point swings. Thanks for playing. Yeah, Plague is nothing. Most of these bosses, you're going to see Gambit do some capital D damage.
Also, we are seeing a lot of monsters on a bridge.
Not a great spot for this. These enemies are kind of a mixed bag in terms of how you can take them down. Like this fight, if you bought Thor Rages, you could Thor Rage this fight. Like, you know, you've got the big bomb, but you're going to save it for later on.
Yeah, it looks like Vitasia's opting for Shiva here, which sounds like a good plan to me.
Yeah, I think the big thing is I think if Palom has Virus here, Virus actually works very well in this particular spot as well.
If all the XP are getting, if Palom doesn't have Virus immediately, Palom will get Virus very quickly here.
Kane is tired of everything. We've got Virus, we've got Leviathan channeling for Gambit as he is just trying to bring up... He threw an Hourglass at this fight too, so, you know, not taking any chances, which I am here for.
Well, if you've got him, and hey, why not?
Yeah, I mean, water does you no good in your canteen, might as well cash it out, right?
Absolutely. That we know where to buy more, I mean... Also, that was Kane just, you know, almost scratching the damage cap there.
Yep. God, I have no idea what Gambit's naming scheme is.
That we've actually been alerted on there. We are aware, actually, Gambit did alert us there. If chat asks, the names come from a Star Trek RPG they live play on Twitch, so might want to check that out sometime later there. They are the playable character names.
Maybe when the race is over, Gambit will plug it.
There you go. Gambit did, as chat did say, Gambit said, Paladin, Dark Knight, no thank you. I don't need that.
Doesn't know what fight is waiting for him on the way to the underground, but may not care with this darkness crystal. You know, might go up and check for sirens, you know, might go up and grab the character. Not taking Cecil is a heck of a dice roll here because, man, if you do get both halves of Forge, you've got an Excalibur, you know, right there and then 100% of the time. This flag set's pretty good for giving you the goods on that front, but decides to skip it. And Zoe's asking if Vitasia went in for the Wellerman, and yeah, he certainly did. He's singing a shanty for us. Not surprising for Vitasia, the performer that he is, the commentator that he is. This doesn't shock me in the slightest.
It is a rather strange reversal. Usually I know Vitasia's commentating me other than the other way around, so...
Yeah, but if Vitasia can pull this race out, you know, be halfway to making a deep run in this event potentially, so we'll see. On to the last fight, Lilith double Redbone here. Lilith weak to fire, Redbone very weak to fire. So Vitasia's gonna parry around probably to... There we go. Kane's gonna use the Holy Spear. There's a fire too. This will wrap this party up here. So Vitasia's gonna get through this pretty well.
Fire actually good here.
Yeah, the later fights with the Redbones and the no spirits and no ghosts, because they're, for some strange reason, you know, healed by fire, ? But they take...
Yeah, I guess they didn't want Palom to obliterate the entire mountain in vanilla.
I mean, if you just cast Ice 2, it's alright.
True.
Chad has started singing. I am worried about this. There's a Lunar Spark, but it's not the right Lunar Spark. Hi, Paldim. How are you? So Pale Dim, healed by all elements, but we have the element of Virus, which is non-elemental, and we've got Kane, who has a big spear, and Yang, who is Yang, so this should be fine. 1,000 damage at a time. This will go down pretty easy.
Virus element is a wonderful element in this game.
Yeah, it's unfortunate it takes Rydia a while to get it, while Palom is just like, yeah, let me learn this like tomorrow. It's cool.
Level 18 versus level 26, but yes, it feels so far away.
But yeah, so Pale Dim, Deep Ravine. See you later, friend. It was nice knowing you. Vitasia knows no fear, needs no safety save, dips right into the altar here. What is our prize for all of this effort?
Other than a Paladin Cecil.
Which is a pretty rad prize, not gonna lie.
Oh yeah. Sure, why not?
Yeah, all the tails. All the tails are on the overworld with the hook, so that's always nice.
We are in the rare, let's exhaust the complete overworld of checks before possibly diving that hook. However, honestly, with hourglasses available, only Doll's in here, but again, with hourglasses available in the Cave Eblin shop.
I just want to go to the moon. Can we go to the moon?
I know, right? This is calling for, I could see a moon play here.
I love the moon. Can we go to the moon together? I'm here for this.
Especially if we find some manner of like mop or that Rosa that we're missing here on the moon. That would be absolutely lovely, and I am definitely here for that.
Yeah, no, I mean, Vitasia might not decide to go moon because he knows the boss is Karate Man, and he gets a freebie. He gets a free pass on that 23,000 health at this point, which is of course exciting and interesting, and will make this race a lot more interesting if we don't find the magma key anywhere on the overworld. But yeah, Gambit could make the moon play. Gambit's known to pull that off potentially. Just go up and stay up for a little bit, you know, get swole, destroy some bosses up there.
We are only down to that rat tail as being, I believe, the last possible source of the magma key that isn't potentially on the moon. We do have a lot of key items for the blue planet or the overworld here so far.
Yeah, I mean, we know that. The two runners don't, because they've taken some pretty divergent paths so far. Gambit decided first things first, let's clean up Zot, while Vitasia went to Baron and then decided, hey, let's climb the mountain. Now Vitasia's watching its Gambit. I'm going to watch the whale pop out while Gambit takes out the rest of the mountain here. Gambit does have the clear on Zot that Vitasia does not, so Gambit making up a little bit of ground here, certainly. But also needs to get the hook.
Do the Fabul defense as well here. So
yeah, which is a solid 1 minute AFK while you watch the king and queen go ahead and go get ice cream without you. They don't even bring you any. So terrible.
I know, right? I honestly think they might get blended.
Valid. We're gonna find out.
Ice cream, definitely not the best thing in the world to blend.
You get a milkshake. That's pretty rad, actually. I'm kind of here for this.
Yeah, there is that.
Yeah, no, that sounds good.
Check the rat tail, or is just going straight for that moon character?
Just going straight to that moon character. Not even moving the hovercraft. Dunzo with Earth for now. Heading on up. I mean, it's interesting leaving it behind, but also I'm of the mind that the check won't get you into go mode. So if you miss it and come back for it when it's a little bit better into the deeper portion of your routing, that's probably fine. If you forget it completely, that's probably bad.
Yeah, Cure 3 is not bad. I'm guessing they want to see a few sirens, perhaps, maybe some pocket swine. Not much to sell there for piles of Cure 3s here, so probably gonna leave that alone here. Yep.
Yeah, none too exciting at this point in time. Gonna give us the character check as well, most likely here. Gambit done with the mountain, gets the rat tail. We'll get the hook fairly shortly as well, most likely assuming that he decides to fly south to Fabul or north of Fabul. World wraps around itself.
Gambit is down to knowing that the only logical check for that underground access is at the Fabul defense there, so Fade Fabul not a thing here.
Could go to the moon and try to get a magma key. It's a bad idea, don't do it, but you could.
I mean, that makes it better.
God, it's time for the 7th most important question again. Are we taking Fusoya with us on this journey?
Definitely taking some rum here, though.
Yeah, out goes Rydia, even just, doesn't have the power of Leviathan or anything, so done with Rydia, takes the old man. Big power, puts on the power staff, which is going to slightly reduce the magic power, but man, hi Fu, how's it going? How you doing, friend?
I believe we both said, back when we were prepping for this, that we missed Fusoya, and, yeah, welcome back.
Yeah, comment 3rd scoop of vanilla. I mean, Fu's head looks like a scoop of vanilla, right? He's got the hair around the side, but the top is white. No.
I mean, now that I see it.
Maybe. Humor me, please. I'm bad at this.
One of those things I might not be able to unsee now.
Fantastic. We did it, Internet.
It does look like Vitasia's going to give us that Zot check. Now, the big question here is Vitasia going to go digging, are going to be digging the treasure here, but will Vitasia dig for that Avenger in the Flame Dog chest?
Yeah, it's the thing we know about. Oh yeah, no, it's time to find out if the King and Queen of Evelyn will blend. Kane is put on the Avenger. It's angry time. Oh no, Gambit's just going for full DPS here. This is gonna be a mess.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
blended and pulped here, and washed away as well. Wow. Overkill is the only sure kill here, apparently.
Yeah, no kill like overkill, certainly. They don't even get to get ice cream. That's the saddest thing. Vitasia, of course, who just got rid of the Rydia, just found that Leviathan summon. Single tier.
Does at least get the prize there, at least still getting the Stardust Rod, and does still have the Palom around. You monster. I mean, wait, what?
Hey. Gonna put some of this armor on his Paladin, because, he wants to be powerful too. No hand gear yet. That's unfortunate, but the glass will help with cover strats like you had mentioned earlier. Gambit looting these chests before Sheila 1, finding some Slumber Swords and some Mute Knives. Doesn't want the Slumber Swords. They're pretty bad.
Now, I know you are not the biggest fan of hitting chests, but I would say after all this overworld looting and everything, it might be time to put a moratorium on the whole thing here.
Hooray! That makes me happy. I know everyone's got different sort of looting tendencies and desires to go how deep and how much they loot at any given point in time. Loot does take time, right? You'll notice both of our runners have had to pop open the inventory screen to discard stuff, and you've got to sell stuff. Speaking of, I have to sell stuff. Gambit's bag is full again. So you've got to. This is one of the challenges of free enterprise in terms of if you want to race it. Playing it casually, this is fine, right? No big deal. Going in and out of your inventory a bunch doesn't really matter, but when you're trying to play at a high level, grabbing too much stuff can be a bit of a blind spot for players, because you want to grab stuff. Stuff is cool. You never know what chest it is that you're going to open up that's going to give you the good stuff, right? The next chest around the corner could have an Avenger in it. It does, we know that, but our runners don't. So you've got to sort of gamble that. It's is finding this, is opening an encounter chest that important? Vitasia does the thing I do, which is loots the first 2 chests and skips the rest. So no Avenger for Vitasia either. No power shirt for Vitasia. A lot of fun stuff that he's left on the table, unknowingly, of course.
Yeah, it's not even a bad play. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, that's a lot of time to loot those out, and I totally get it. We just, unfortunately, no, just a smidge better here.
Yeah, we've got the spoiler log. Well, there's no spoiler log. We don't roll spoiler logs, but we get to see what both runners are doing. Rat Tail leads to Luca Key, so no underground access for us here. Gotta take the hook route.
The second most cursed key in Free Enterprise.
And the pink tail turns into an Artemis bow. So, if you've got somebody who wants to use that, great weapon for Sid, honestly, fixes his agility problems and hits pretty hard. Cecil can use it in a pinch as well. He is an archer. Obviously, Rosa's best weapon if you want to do the significant damage with her as well.
She is the definitely most ideal person to wield it. Also can give it to a certain bard there. He does actually fairly well with it there as well.
Yeah, he's already a fast character, so Edward becomes Turbo Bard with the Artemis bow. It's pretty funny.
Now, one thing Vitasia is going to have over Gambit right now is that very large mop in the party here, as Gambit did not even think about going to the moon here, and Fu is a very leverageable character here.
Yeah, Vitasia with a little bit more setup at this point in time, so I wouldn't say lagging behind, but has definitely done a little bit more preparation. I know one of the big checkpoints in races when you're watching races that can be really interesting, on hook routes in particular, like back McKee routes is a little less important, but on hook routes in particular, when runners either A, get to the underground, or B, make a decision to grind the moon if they have that option. Grinding that moon is a thing you can do potentially in lieu of a really bad hook route. To save yourself a lot of trouble if it's available.
Yeah, and actually they both definitely have the setup there with between Fusaya, very good melee characters here. And they already have Nuka 1600.
Oh yeah, this Miss Dragon's gonna have a very bad day, and in 3, 2, 1 microwaved. Wow, 5,500 damage is pretty good for a first spell.
Just short of, I believe, the right around 6,000 for this spot here. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Fu. What are you up to today? Oof. Blink and you'll miss it, folks. We know that Miss Dragon's got the pink tail. We're gonna need we're gonna need a Masamune from this. We're gonna need a tier 7 sword that we really don't want because we don't have edge. Gambit is done with Rydia here. Takes Tella instead. So Leviathan out, probably looking to anchor Tella here.
I'm kind of wondering about that myself here. Gambit is ejecting from the blue planet, and actually I'm kind of wondering here. Gambit has Fu, Gambit has Tella, and Gambit has a Darkness Crystal. Are we going to see a very cheeky, possible going back to 3 miss zone? Are we going to the Giant?
I don't know. We don't have the Fu yet officially. He's gotta go up. He doesn't know what the character is, so he's going up to check the character. Vitasia's gonna go get his pink tail right now, which will drive him to check both of the tails. It'll give him the Luca key, and then Vitasia will be on about the same decision that Gambit is, which is, am I going to the moon or am I going to take out the bosses down below? I suspect, again, with Cecil, like we've mentioned, with the free second fight, he's probably just going to charge the underground here with the microwave online.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I would, even with taking that tele-anchor, I would take a Leviathan Rydia over a Palom, but I might be slightly biased in that opinion.
I've done that before, too. It's probably fine. You switch out. You can always switch out later for an anchor if you need to. Still on the table is Dwarf Castle, which you can get an anchor from. Still on the table is Sand Ruby, and we don't know what character is there either. As long as it's not Edge, you can probably anchor. And we have a cursed ring anyway, so it probably doesn't matter either way.
Right, about any characters in anchor with a cursed ring.
except for super high level Edge, who is just like super high level Edge.
Yeah.
So Vitasia here, 4630, wrapping up objective number 3. Give him a pink tail turn in, please. Good times. So here is the play. No sirens, by the way. Again, it was Cure 3s and Thor Rages and carrots, I guess. But we don't use those in the randomizer.
We're not exactly in vanilla right this minute here, and there are no Mylons to throw them at, although I hear trash cans a little better on that, so...
Vitasia's gonna prove me a liar here. It looks like he is gonna take his microwave on the road back to Baron here and see if he can microwave the boss down below.
Yeah, I may have forgotten about Odin, and that is on me there, but I absolutely love this check.
Yeah, legit. And even if it's a difficult boss, at least you know what it is, and you can hit it up after you grind if you need to. So I do like this check as well. I think this is a smart play on his part. Gambit, I'm pretty sure is going to take Fu here. This is probably the end of the road for Palom. Nope, it's the end of the road for Tella here. Arguments for ditching Palomporum or Tella there for sure. Lots of good options to send to the bench. But with a very powerful Fu, we know we've got Weak, we got Nuke.
Yeah,
Good times.
Did move Weak to the top there, and I don't know if that's just muscle memory or...
You're really hoping Gambit goes to the Giant.
I'm really hoping one of them does, honestly. I mean, it's a lower percentage play, but honestly, even in 3-miss zone, I wasn't the biggest fan of all the D machines out there. I kind of wanted to see it just once, but I'm getting something else here as Gambit is going into the lunar subterrane.
Yeah, while it looks like you've got on the other end here, Vitasia finds a Dark Elf, and the first half of this fight is pretty straightforward because the magic damage in the spot is kind of bad, taking mightily 100 damage at most here from these, and we should still have hourglasses. Yeah, we got 5 hourglasses on hand, which you know what that means. Dark Elf changes, he drops his boss bit because reasons, and so you can throw an hourglass at the second half of this fight, and then it's 100% yours to take at your leisure. No breaths, no melee attacks, no fuss, no muss.
That would be fair. That White Spear Cane, and he just hit Fu for 1, so might not even care about it. Just might continue to go nuclear on said Dark Elf, and it's still pretty free. And hey, we're even saving an hourglass here.
It's fair. Going ham does work out pretty well. So what do you
want to see? So what do you want to see on the moon?
Oh, what do I want to see on the moon? Free bosses all the time. 100% easy fights. Don't give me garbage. Don't give me Ogopogo up here, please. Like, just give me the free stuff. Give me Barrett. Give me Kaipo guards at the ribbon spot, please.
Yep, that power shirt. That power shirt that Vitasia just got made a very long trip to get back into his inventory there.
Yeah. Grabs an assassin dagger too. Not super excited. Why are we?
Hi, not free.
Hi, that's the Sin Turtle. That's Kainatsu. I'm not sure if this was Ribbon Spot, right? This has got about 1 billion.
That is a 42,000 hit points of Turtle right there.
Yeah, if you mess up one of these Thor Rages, you're dead. Not like a little dead, or not like kinda dead, or you don't even get ice cream. You just get dead. Right? Like this is not a let's go get ice cream. This is a you get blown off the face of the map and have to try again.
Did get the first Thor Rage in pretty well here.
Yeah, it's setting up to heal with Fu, it looks like. Gonna Berserk Yang to go with the Avengered up Kane here. So, one problem. We don't have a Thor Rage queued up, and this spot's real fast.
That is a water barrier right there, and while Fu might survive this, that's not really going to be ideal.
The kids are not... Oh, there was a lit one channel.
Yes.
This might be too slow, but we'll see if it went off in time, because if the wave gets queued up, sometimes you'll see the water go down, the lit scared him, and then his next action is wave anyway, which is the worst feeling in the world. No, just decides to melee one of the kids. The kid's not all right. So yeah, gets off the lit one.
That said, is handling dropping the barriers, as Forum does have another Thor Rage queued right up here.
Yep, unafraid here, just executing this fight to perfection right now. This is the pretty stuff. This is the good stuff right here. It's a long fight, though. A lot of hit points to get through. even with Yang with the proper Ice Claw, so that when the barrier's down, Yang is doing the real damage. 1600 for Berserk Yang at this point in time with his lack of levels is pretty darn good. Gonna try to get the blink on Grandpa here. Gonna cue the Thor Rage now. We're gonna see. This is again. Yeah, there was the wave after barrier, like was mentioned, and we have not really gotten through enough health here. So we're left with Yang at 50 hit points. Ow.
Meanwhile, heading to the underground here, we do find an octopus here.
Microwave calamari is gross. Not that any calamari is good. Not exactly my favorite food in the world, but jams Octomom in the microwave for 3/4 of the health to start this fight, and some swings later, and this should be pretty academic.
Speaking of things you do not want to run into on the moon, that's a very punchy antlion right there.
Yeah, it gets his claws into Porum instantly, and down she goes. Gonna leverage the power of Nuke here. The counters are not gonna do much because they're magic damage, so he's gonna push with the Avenger here. Gets his claws into Palom. Palom's dead now.
Hey, what spell is Fu missing? I think it's life too.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate here. So we got Vitasia big chilling on Cecil for a minute there until Yang takes 3.5 actions. Once Yang cues the second kick, a single swing from Cecil will end the fight instantly, no matter how much health that Yang has. Good game. Vitasia gonna break through the underground in just under an hour, looking like about 54 minutes and change. So good times. Gambit is
considering how much Earth got cleared before that.
Yeah, this was like a full Earth except for Harp, which is like a lot of action here. Antlion eats Gambit's party as well. These bosses are at these levels especially. These bosses are very not free. Volvalis at the top of the tower. Not excited to see that, but at least she's easy to kill there, relatively speaking.
Yeah, I'd say that is one of the best places to find Volvalis there. I believe she is nukeable at that location, if memory serves.
Nukeable, no physical evasion. Like, she's like got the whole suite of all of her big defensive tricks. She's like, I left them at home. I'm sorry. Top of tower Val is just a pile of hit points to work through. Here's D-Lunars. They're going to melee fail really hard. Gambit not going to try and set up for a frog kill here by setting up Reflects after the third melees after the fire, and just decides to say, I'm gonna do this my way. So yeah, 3 bosses down here. None of them great so far.
Took back to rip the Avenger out of Kane's hands there. Wants to maybe go back and try for that. But does actually remove another Lunar Sparkle there. So any Lunar Sparkles left are either Wyvern
Yay!
or Ogopogo. And we found Sirens and Dwarf.
Yeah, Underground Axe is paying off for Vitasia. Now looks like he's gonna sell out right now. Inventory goes away. Gonna turn this into Sirens and other useful items, I guess. Secures the grind. 10 Sirens in hand. Not even going to go save after shopping. It's going to go straight in, find a blue cloak. We know what that blue cloak is, though.
That's free is what that is.
That's what you wanted to see on the moon up here if your name is Gambit, and Water Hag is hanging out here down on Earth. Yeah, looks like Vitasia taking advantage here of a big gamble from Gambit here to play the moon early and often, and I think Vitasia honestly may have gotten the better of this one.
Yeah, I actually think with those hourglasses, it might have actually behooved Gambit to possibly even just like go down to LST 4-ish, flip randoms on, and hope for something hourglassable and grindable.
Which is pretty much everything on floor 4. Just you're gonna get warlocks and carries most of the time, and you can put those on lock pretty easily.
Yeah, Food does have a Veil up, has Blink, so he's not going to be punched down here.
Yeah, so we'll see how this ends up playing out here. Gonna jump with Kane, maybe try to get Kane up in the air out of the way of the breath. We'll see.
Yeah, I do like having 2-star Veils up there just in case. It does look like, okay, that one did reflect breath onto itself. Okay, there we go. Did get, we do have frogs, we do have a free fight.
Yep.
Just nothing but the damage to do now.
Yeah, the frogs are gonna swing away for 0, or for 1. They're gonna... You can melee them now and they'll start casting Virus, but since they're frogs, they can't cast Virus.
We did have another Kane at Dwarf Castle, and actually, given the preponderance of Dragoon weapons, I might have been tempted to keep him.
Yeah, I mean, you could go Kane Cecil here for the end game, or even like Quad Zerker, like anchor with your Foo. Right, if we find Bacchus Wines, like, you could just anchor with your Foo, throw the curse ring on him, he's got 5 agility, anchor with him, and just have your boys have a drink and get rowdy, pretty much wherever they go.
Or, yeah, I mean, even keep the food, drop the Palom at that point. Quad Zerker never felt so good.
Yeah, just go ham. Ham is good. We're here to go ham. Yeah, 3 years ago when we started playing Free Enterprise, we didn't know this was a thing. People are mentioning Dipwood in chat back from late 2018, discovering this for Zima Zone 1.
That was Zima Zone 1. I was about to ask if it was 1 or 2, and I'm like, yeah, Dipwood was the Zima Zone 1, but yeah, we found it by happy accident, which is the best kind of accident, honestly. But yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we live here now. Now it's a standard thing that everybody tries to keep in their back pocket when they're racing. But yeah, the fight's almost over for Gambit here, so he's going to get a piled experience and a key item from the Masamune altar. Oh gods, Moonplay looking slightly worse here. That's an adamant rock. Oh,
Moonplay looking slightly better.
Ooh, never mind. That's the good stuff too. That's... Man, that's a great break for him, finding that there behind a not trivial fight for sure.
I mean, still would love to see a Magna Key up here, but that at the very least, at least make sure you do not go back to the blue planet empty-handed. And I believe our job dwarf was a theatrical makeup artist, I believe, this time around.
Yeah, working hard. So yeah, Vitasia playing this pretty straight at this point in time. With power, did Dwarf Castle first, gonna find coffins and silk webs here. He's gonna grab a couple silk webs, gonna grab a couple of coffins. Don't need a lot, it's probably fine. Gambit doing some re-gearing here, just tinkering a little bit, as players are wont to do.
And I don't mind actually seeing this check here, the Luca Key check. I mean, the party is well off enough to do it here. You've got your save right outside. May as well see what's in here.
Yeah, just let it rock. Just let it rock. If it's you've got Foo, right? Foo can get us through this probably.
We have not found the vanilla evil wall yet, so... Oh, wait, I just said vanilla evil wall. We haven't found an evil wall yet.
Certainly haven't found the vanilla evil wall because we don't know what boss is here yet. Second Stardust Rod for Vitasia though. Good times in this cave. Maybe he's starting to hope that he's gotta, you know, kill the boss and take out the item.
Sad Rydia shedding another tear.
We're up to 2 tears now. God, Rydia is so sad today. God, Rydia is so sad. Alexa, play the soundtrack from Final Fantasy IV: The After Years.
Gonna take another swing at Kenyatso with those extra levels here.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna gamble, you might as well commit to the bit, right?
Yeah.
Just go in.
I mean, to be fair, I think Oldie really lost the last one. Got a little too greedy with, I believe, some damage there.
Yeah, just you've got to push out a lot of damage in this spot before you can start saying, yeah, waves are not a problem anymore.
Oh my.
Oh me.
Not required, but I'm pretty sure Vitasia's walking that one out.
Yeah. Cecil basically goes for Banford. I really don't care if you're shedding any tears at this point. No, he doesn't take
wow,
it.
not walking the Crystal Sword out. Bold
Wow.
play.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. That's not something I would do, but I understand. It's, it's a couple minutes to get it out of there. Not exactly the easiest fight there either if you're not mentally ready to fight the elements at that spot. But yeah.
I mean, Vitasia's defense is carrying half an X-Scal right now.
This is true. Annadale is asking a very important question. Is Cecil shedding a single tear? Oh god, no. No, Cecil is like crying.
Oh
like,
yeah,
Cecil
Cecil
is yeah, full-blown bawling at
this
this
is
point.
midlife crisis Cecil right now.
Yeah, there's only one thing Cecil wants, and it's a crystal sword. It's not disgusting. It's a crystal sword, dang it. There's a Zeus Gauntlet, so nothing for us here in the Land of Summon Monsters key item-wise for free. No harp. No free harp for our runners here. But speaking
harp,
of...
But less free drinks, but I think they'll pay for them.
Yeah, that's fine. They're going to head up over to the bar, grab 10 Bacchus wines. That makes a lot of sense here. I don't know, crystal swords are pretty gross. Yes, yeah, like, crystal swords, they do some really devastating things. Gambit looks like he's got this with the extra damage output from that, even like the handful of levels here, and just the better rotation of abilities here. It looks like he has gotten this fight off the ground real well. Again, Kane hitting weaknesses, and this looks like it's going the way it should, which is really nice.
That's not a terrible Fey March there. That was a red robe and a purple robe, and did we already see one of the Mylon flavors, or...?
No, it was elements down below at Luca. I don't think we've seen either of the Mylon flavors in this race, if I remember correctly. I've been watching a lot of races. It's always hard to remember.
Yeah,
but
so we've got Dark Imps and one flavor of Mylon. Both of those fights are totally doable there.
Yeah, we still have five hourglasses, right? Just go ahead and point over the point yon hourglass at the imps, and they will do nothing for a while. And then, if you want experience points, you kill them one by one, and if not, you just have Fu cast stone and just blow them all up.
Meanwhile, we have hiding inside the shell.
Yeah, Yang is punching on that shell real hard at this point in time for like 2,600 damage. Gonna try and get to that sweet turtle meat all by himself, but ooh, that's a remedy for 4,200 damage.
That'll be fair. At least we aren't having to manage the wave here at this point. So Nuke will do 1,000 more than that, and that's before everybody begins to continue punching.
Yeah, and Kane swinging away for in the mid-thousands here as well. So there's nice too. This should finish the deed. Yeah, sweet dreams, good night, kind not. So good fight for Gambit. A little long, but hey, we'll take 100,000 experience points at this point. I'm in for that.
Hallam getting the full gamut of Tier 3 elemental spells, Porum getting Tier 3, and more importantly...
an elixir and a package. Package important because we have not located Rosa yet. She could be behind that. That's kind of nice. We got a pan, and we got a package so far. Vitasia grabbing a spoon. 3-7. That's key item number 9 for Vitasia. Looks like Gambit's also on 9 at this point, but a very different 9. Vitasia not impressed with whatever this boss is. It is the Z-Mylon.
Which MP Fu used in that last fight there should, I mean, again, with Palom having Tier 3 magic, Fu still being nuclear, should not have much problem at all with this Mylon Z here.
Yeah, and Gambit with all those extra levels now, going to start spamming out some blinks and powers and jumps, and Fu's got nuke. We've got gonna cast some level 3 magic. Nope, gonna cast fires instead. Looking at the level 3 magic. Yeah, Cecil on Vitasia's side. One extra tier on top of the midlife crisis crying at this point in time, because we could be doing some of them sweet quad 9s right now.
We do still have that white spear with Kane right now, and I do still see 2 moon veils.
Yeah, this is a spot to burn a moon veil because all that Mylon does is physical attacks. So you throw Moonveil and you're home free, right? Your Fu will never die, your Yang will never die. Right, your Cecil, who is covering people, will never die. Because the barrier status is real good. Vitasia cashing out a second elixir, it looks like here, to keep the fires from the heavens rolling here. More nukes. Both our runners just leveraging the full power of Fusoya. Antlion done and dusted for Gambit. Give him another 30,000 experience for his troubles as well.
Vitasia, you've hovered over that Moonveil a couple times now.
Just a Dragoon Spear. We needed another cane weapon.
No, but especially after the original troubles that Gambit has had on the moon is now cleaning up fairly well here.
Goes to throw the Moonveil, but it's far too late for Vitasia at this point in time. Takes a wipe. Gonna lose that Spoon as well because he did not save after the fight, so Spoon is going to be ejected from his inventory. Experience points not gained. Time turned backwards. Gambit continuing the moon clear here. After doing some real cheeky boss fights and getting pretty far here, is gonna probably finish the moon clear pretty handily.
Yeah, I mean, especially, came here. Why not at this point? I mean, you're already committed to the moon play. Let's just clean it completely out.
Yeah, if you're here, you've already taken out some of the hardest bosses in the game. You might as well just make the magic happen here.
There we go. Now Cecil's got the power of the moon base. Oh my!
Oh hi! It's a sweet, sweet taste of vanilla right here. Does reset, by the way. Might not have killed his party there.
Yeah, vanilla tastes like Mega Nuke. Apparently, who knew?
Yeah, Mega Nuke tastes like vanilla. Apparently, who knew? The big thing is that you might not die there. It's important to note that Wyvern may not kill you at this spot with the Mega Nuke because this is vanilla Wyvern, where the magic power is 4. It's tiny. So like you're expecting to maybe get off a couple of Veils and start with a 10,000 damage advantage here. It's not going to happen. I have seen Wyvern whiff it on really well geared characters in this spot.
Yeah, it's especially considering like the vanilla easy type, I guess, where Star Veils aren't even a thing, and you are kind of just expected to soak this initial Mega Nuke.
Or if you have Rosa, maybe Rosa gets one wall off, but she's not faster than your entire party at this point. So, yeah, sweet, sweet taste of vanilla, I guess. Here comes the nuke. Okay, well, it does a little more damage than I thought it would. 3,000 is vaguely significant at that point. It's enough to take out a party member. So, with 4 members alive here, Gambit's going to flip over to the Avenger for damage output right now.
Meanwhile, Invincible Cecil covering the rest of the team on Vitasia's end, so that fight should be finishing up fairly soon.
Yeah, it does decide to crack the Moonveil early this time. But Cecil is parrying, and one of the interesting things is when Cecil parries, he can't cover because programming. So yeah, gonna throw a life potion with Cecil, which will reactivate the ability to cover. Not that it matters, as Mylan is jammed in the microwave forever. Thanks for playing. Goodbye. Good night.
We heard he didn't like ice cream.
Quake finishing off Wyvern. Not a huge health spot there. Pass for Vitasia, but the Moonplay? Is the Moonplay looking alright right now? I don't know.
The Moonplay's looking better now.
Every time Vitasia doesn't find something, I'm loving this Moonplay more and more. White dress is nice, but the real power we found were the friends we made along the way. Or the experience points. Experience points are pretty great.
Yeah, experience points are pretty great. I mean, Porum might disagree because she really likes that dress.
Yeah, no, I mean, Porum does love that piece of gear. It's a good looking, below knee length dress. It's very proper. Gambit has decided that, maybe Murasame Altar and Bahamut Cave are not for me. gonna skip out on the last 2 checks on the moon. He's done here. He's gonna turn in that pan. He's gonna check that package. Vitasia is gonna give us a look at the keyless tower at this point.
Now, Gambit still does have to roll through the underground, which we know is just an or run through the hook route, which we do still know is just an octopus. Oh, it actually is maybe going to give us a package check here.
Yeah, package check first. Gotta know if it's Rosa, right? Like you gotta make this check first. If it's Rosa and you skip the package, you're gonna feel real bad, especially because we've already seen our duplicate characters. So like, if you find Rosa here,
oh, and we do find Rosa here.
There she is. I didn't like Mist Village very much.
Apparently not.
I am tired of being summoned by everybody on the Free Enterprise Discord. Please stop. Please stop. I am so tired.
So I know Chad is bringing it up here. But let's say your name is Gambit017 right now.
Yeah.
And you find an extremely cheeky Ogopogo.
Yeah.
Do you go back to the moon?
Heck yeah. You wouldn't be burning down the village if Forum were the character of the package? No, of course not. But for Rosa, we'd burn down a village. Yeah, Vitasia, though, doing keyless tower here. Did we check Mist and Waterfall? Yes, Mist and Waterfall were Golbez and Leviathan, respectively.
Some say you can still hear laughing from that cave.
No one cares.
Not with that attitude. But anyway, actually, with Wyvern off the table, thanks to the moon, we do know if we... I don't know if there are actually any visible boss slots left to find that Ogopogo, but the next lunar sparkle we find...
Cave Bahamut still exists.
It does, yes.
Vitasia getting rewarded for staying on the Earth here. Top of the tower, keyless is Musica, the twin harp.
Meanwhile, no cheeky Ogopogo, just the captain of the Baron Guard actually deigning to do his job. Unfortunately, he fell into a blender.
Left arm got swallowed by the Earth because reasons. But yeah, Kane, tired of Baigen being a stinky monster man, decides it's time to blend. Baigen does not get ice cream, by the way.
Baigen is officially off the cool kids list. Definitely no ice cream.
Certainly no ice cream. Is going to take Rosa, it looks like.
And I missed, was that Palom or Porum that got ejected there?
That was the Porum who got the rest of the night off, it looks like. Was considering the Palom as well, like looked at both of them. So Vitasia's going to give a Sheila 1 here. Gambit with Rosa located and found does need to get underground, but with 25 additional levels.
And 25 additional levels, an Avenger, a couple other things.
Yeah, bigger microwave, 1,200 watts instead of 1,000.
But what do you need a 3,000 watt microwave for?
Microwaving 3 things at one time.
Although I will have to say, I must actually disagree with your opinion on calamari. Calamari is wonderful.
I'm not a big seafood person, honestly, and I have textural issues, so, calamari, while I understand that a lot of people are into it, like, my family's all into it, like, big deal. It ain't for me, but I get that.
Okay.
Annadale, please, yes, all of these peeps will not microwave themselves.
This is a very true statement. We were put onto this blue planet for one reason, and it was to microwave.
Microwave peeps. Sheila 1 has our Path to the Underground, so no Magma Key on the moon, so Gambit's got to do this anyway. We now know that. He doesn't, but who cares? Good on him, I guess. He's gonna obliterate this anyway. We're gonna find out if these two bosses blend, most likely.
Yeah, what wasn't the best news for Vitasia? Well, I mean, I actually kind of wonder about that, honestly. Would it have been better had that Magma Key still been hanging out on the moon, and that the faster path could have shown itself?
I mean, Vitasia does have the harp. This could be Legend Sword.
True.
Also good is if it's Tower Key, because then you knew you had to do Keyless Tower anyway, so you don't get lost time routing from doing the top of the tower first. So yeah. Chat is very up on whether calamari is delicious or not, so, everyone's got a different opinion. I appreciate that. This is the kind of thing that our differences are cool and nice and good, so, if you like it, fantastic. I will gladly give you mine if I have any. I won't order it. But yeah, it's certainly an appreciable thing. Give me a nice piece of seared tuna and or a nice piece of salmon, and I'm a happy camper.
Yeah, also quite wonderful. But then again, seafood soup. There you go. That's what we agree on right there. Meanwhile, we have a Dark Elf, and Vitasia almost got to no kamikazes, I'm guessing. Oh no, they're just low on hit points through a walk there.
Yep.
Gonna likely drop to the elemental spells here, so not gonna have to sit through all of the scripted sequence here. We are actually going to get some wonderful music. What are we up to? Like 225 on the list of songs here?
God, I don't even know the number. The number is gigantic now. They've been adding in so many. Calamity's been doing a lot of great work on this front, so thanks to him for all that he's done for us at this point. Annadale giving us a number 242. Annadale, head of the Final Fantasy IV wiki for Free Enterprise. So yeah, he probably knows the number, but I'm gonna shut up now. Might be why I didn't switch over. Audio's hard to hear on Vitasia's stream.
Yeah, very quiet on that, so, up.
Say a Genova's theme from Final Fantasy VII. Vitasia through the harp. Gambit through to the underground after blending through the two bosses there, no problem. Got those sweet, sweet moon levels, so had a good time with that. Is going to go immediately turn in his pan. Vitasia gets somewhat rewarded here, gets an Excal, so doesn't have to worry about the Crystal Sword, I guess.
No, Cecil slightly happier at least.
And also, hello to the race watchers from the Free Enterprise channel. Thank you all for coming out and watching the nightcap here between Gambit017 and Vitasia. Please do not spoil the results of the race that you have just come from. I need to watch it later. I, of course, missed the finish because I'm here with Nightdew, with Gundam Pilot Spaz, with Antidale. Gundam Pilot Spaz on the restream, and Antidale is doing the tracking for us tonight. And of course, thanks to Randomania for giving us the hosting this fine, fine evening for the stream. So thank you all.
Meanwhile, the Vacationing Iridia getting even more tears, as that was a Bahamut summon. Left care of the Sylphs here. However, for those just also arriving here, we have had a fairly interesting seed, a fairly rude moon that Gambit did find his way through. But that is kind of the major point here. We did have quite a bit of divergence here, while the Twin Harp was was at the top of the tower, Achilles Tower here at the moment. We also Gambit has been through a decent chunk of the moon, while Vitasia has cleared most of the underground.
Yeah, Gambit really needs Ogopogo to be on the giant, and when he goes to turn in this pan in just a moment, he needs Sheila 2 to have the Legend Sword at this point. Otherwise, things have gotten real interesting because he ditched Cave Bahamut and the Murasame altar on the moon, so he left 2 checks behind. So he could be looking for some help here. The Legend Sword would help out a lot because that would require that Vitasia go all the way down to the Masamune altar to get the finish. This is Orbs, a doable fight for sure. Obviously, Orb's only doing 10% of your damage every turn. 10% of your health is damage every turn. It's not so bad. It's just a slog. Big moment of truth here for Gambit. What's the pan turn into? That is the wrong Holy Sword here. That is a Holy Avenger for Gambit. So he's got another Avenger. Cecil not appearing in Gambit's party because he didn't take him sheds a single tear in Gambit's world.
That's a lot of tears between both these seeds here.
God, everyone's been... God, like every time a character leaves a party, somehow we end up with that character getting all the good stuff, because that's how these flags seem to work.
Speaking of good stuff, Vitasia is going to be wanting to find the good stuff about 180,000 XP at a time here with the Gold Dragons right before the CPU. Might not take the CPU fight, might just be here for levels.
Yeah, I like the just for levels play. I've seen this a lot from a lot of runners. You come down here, you check the boss. You don't have to fight it. You can go look at the sprite and go, I hate this. I don't want to do this right now. Or I love this. I want to do this. Or I can do this, but I need 27 levels first. So, you know.
So we do have Gambit running down to the Fame Arch, and does have the moon levels here. Gonna be slightly underwhelmed by this Zeus Gauntlet in a chest here. But should actually roll through the Fame Arch bosses in fairly short order. Oh, also
yeah.
Drinks. Forgot about the drinks.
Yeah, it's time. That Masamune, donezo. It's time for drinks. That Masamune's just a bar tab at this point.
And the Mute Daggers. And the
Bahamut Orb.
Gambit coming up with 2 cases of 10 there.
Yeah. While we've got Vitasia here having no problem with this grind because, you know, hourglasses are good. Does queue up the life potion, trying to get a cheeky double life potion here, but does not get it. You can do that with abilities that don't go off immediately. You can do some cheeky things and try and get like double lives under the effects of hourglasses. It's very hard to do. Usually doesn't work out, but it's always worth a try. Never feel bad. Never feel bad taking a shot. So.
Oh, absolutely not. I don't know if Gambit's thrilled or feel a little unfortunate that it's Dark Imps here, and might feel like Vitasia's like, definitely wit here and probably kill these guys. But both of them just really retracing each other's steps at the moment.
Yeah, the big thing is that Vitasia does have that harp from the top of tower. And we don't know where the Legend Sword is yet, but we know that it was not at... we know that it's not at any place that we've located so far. We know that there's a package up here that we do need to get our Rosa. We know that there is a pan up here that doesn't get us anything. Vitasia walks up to the orb and goes on second thought and casts Exit, so he is leaving here.
The package from the moon does at least check off number 4. That's where Rosa was hiding, however.
Yeah, it looks like Vitasia's going to skip out on orbs and head on into the subterrane here. The only other boss spot that we haven't seen yet from an item that we have is the Murasame altar. Ogopogo could be on the giant. Ogopogo could be tucked in the super cannon, kind of just chilling behind there as well. Those are the only spots we have not seen for bosses.
True. And will Vitasia give us the top-down tour, or nope, is diving straight downwards?
So playing this directly, so we're not going to find out if Ogopogo's up top here yet. So Gambit is going to clear up these two bosses, and is likely at that point in time, his options are going to be Keyless Tower or Return to the Moon, Moon 2.
I almost said it.
Almost got you there, didn't I?
Almost did get me there.
Ah, tried so hard. I am a tricky commentator, trying to trick people into doing silly things.
A very wily and veteran commentator.
Been doing this for too long. Kane, Avenger glitched. Avenger swapped White Spear, sure. Don't mind if I do. Mylan having a bad day, 3,500 hit points at a time.
You ever find a Fire Claw?
No, we've never. No, we've been on Ice Claws this entire seed. I think we found a cat and a Poison Claw, I believe. But yeah, no Fire Claw. Big quad 9s from the kid though, as he's tired of all of this and decides to just go directly to the full power magics here. Rosa dies. That's not great. This nuke's probably going to be lethal. If not, Kane will probably mop up the party after the swing.
I mean, we'll have access to Siren's Hourglasses and the same Gold Dragon grind, so Rosa and missing out on this experience, not ideal, but not the worst thing in the world to happen.
Not ideal, but also, I guess, wholly irrelevant, so...
Well, Vitasia is bringing quite a few more levels to this turtle. That wave is still going to do a lot of work here.
Yeah, gonna channel these lit 3s, but we're gonna catch this wave first. Probably likely to kill the kid. Yeah, that's gonna sting in the morning.
Actually, I'm kind of wondering. No, Gambit has not done Dwarf Castle yet. We know it's just Hanzo Steel in there with a cane.
We do love Hanzo Steel, but it doesn't do us any good.
Find the other blue robe. That's right. This is a fast Dwarf Castle at least, so that's at least got it going for it.
Yeah, so yeah, Gambit's getting caught up on the things that Vitasia did underground already here, which makes a lot of sense. So getting caught up on things here for sure. Runner's doing some retracing here. The whole thing is we're going to see who's taking those levels and making it count at this point.
I believe we're also just down to the to K Bahamut and the Murasame altar in terms of key item checks as well. One has to be gating that tower key. The other could be the Legend Sword, but we're running out of locations here just for that. So we might not even find Ogopogo, but there's really only 2 more possibilities left for the path to that Legend Sword.
Yeah, we've gone real deep into the night at this point, so we're going to see how this ends up playing out.
That seems like a really cheeky Thor Rage to throw at that water hack for 1 damage and a kill.
Yeah, absolutely, but hey, it works.
And yes, Sirens were in Dwarf Castle there, so Gambit can pick those up, though, to be fair, other than that Rosa, the team really, almost not interested in any more grind there with all that Moon XP.
Yeah, might as well just speed your way along.
Oh no, Vitasia, no. You need that package.
Vitasia reset out of the package, that's not good.
Yeah, Vitasia definitely reset out of that package.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's bad. That's not good. It's double not good because we know it's not good, but it's not good in general. If there's a loose character check, you've got to have that package.
Yeah, that's definitely, we know Vitasia doesn't have Rosa. We know Rosa is at the package.
Vitasia now needs to maybe get lucky between orbs and Murasame Altar and find between them access to both Ogopogo and the Legend Sword. Otherwise, he is in deep.
Yeah. Here comes the other Moonveil. Did remember the Moonveil there, so... Antlion, less of a threat than it was here now.
Yeah, but good to remember that it's there. So Antlion's counter will still do damage because it's magical, but taking the big physical claw swings out of the ballpark there is pretty important.
Also, I totally crossed my checks. It was the Rocket Dwarf and not Hanzo Steel, so...
Some of that sweet, not Hanzo Steel, huh?
Sweet, steel yet to be molded. But has also reset out of that check is in just full, I mean, I totally get this play, is just looking for, seems to be definitely just hunting for Ogopogo, or I guess the Tower Key is likely going to, oh no, Vitasia's likely going to see the pan come out of this check here, and I would think Vitasia will likely dive back down to the blue planet with that pan in hand.
Yeah, not gonna find anything as we know, but that's how it goes.
Well, Gambit wants to get Rosa caught up here and seems to have arrived at the fact that eggs are the order of the day here.
Yeah, 10 key items in hand and you're already down here. We're going to find out that eggs also blend.
What doesn't blend, honestly?
D-Lunars. D-Lunars don't blend.
They're a little tough. They might blend, but honestly, after you get done with that, I mean, really, what do you want to do with those? I mean, they just don't taste good at all.
Oh, and they start throwing viruses at you if you try that, so that's bad times. The worst times, in fact. Ansdale noting adamant armor doesn't blend. Yeah, adamant armor doesn't do anything. Adamant armor is completely unreactive. It's wild.
It's there, it exists. It is
Vitasia,
an impenetrable fortress.
It truly is. Vitasia just Vitasia making quick work of the Lunars here though. Front one down, back one about to catch this microwave. Bounced off of Cecil to get no counter spell either.
Gambit going to be far less unhappy to see the Crystal Sword down here and reset out of it. I mean, Gambit been that Cecil, so I don't think there's going to be as much disappointment. But here's kind of the moment of truth for Vitasia here, in terms of keeping this pan. Is going to keep the pan.
I mean, makes sense. Pan is double 2 checks.
not going straight for that exit spell, so that at least implies a... It's stopping it's stopping actually outside of the D-Lunar spot. Is going back in. Yes, go back for that package.
Tough time loss certainly here, but at least remembering that needs to go back for this. Did he save after the fight down below?
No. And hit point values are at the point where... Now, Gambit did not check the boss, I will say. I believe it was Mega Sisters down there. Oh no, Mega Sisters were vanilla, that's right. Who was that?
It was Elements.
Ooh, the wave came down and... Oh no! Now we know the pan is worthless. Vitasia doesn't.
Yeah, Vitasia's gonna have to go back down and get that pan again. Yeah, he's having a moment here, certainly. This part you take a long, deep breath, right? Slow it down. Take yourself a moment. Right, this is a point where it's real easy to, like... I've done this myself in races, it's real easy to tilt off. It's real easy to sort of lose your edge here. But you've gotta bring down your nerves, long, deep breath, bounce back, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and Vitasia can definitely do so. I mean, I've had the panic as well here, so I totally get it, but yeah, it's just gonna be taking out the D-Lunars again, which weren't too bad, and honestly, more of a just to heal up before. It is a unfortunate time loss, but one Vitasia can recover from. Gambit will almost certainly be diving that Twin Harp after that to equalize on the Twin Harp checks, so it all kind of more comes also down to, will Vitasia check the top of the moon? Because that's where our objectives are here.
Yeah, we'll see how this ends up working out here.
The other good news is that both of these parties, even right now as they are, even with that fire unfortunately taking down that Palom and going a little heavy on the fire there, the good news is that both these parties are Zeromus ready, so as soon as that go mode happens, both of them should be immediately diving that that pass that they are both have in hand here. So Vitasia reclaims the pan, and I'm going to guess with the party there, definitely going to use a cabin before. No, actually going to the X. Oh no, going to the exit spell.
Gonna ditch on the Kanatsu here. It looks like is it going straight down. He might go. He's going back.
Yeah, not even leaving a save, so is banking it all on this pan here.
Full commitment to the play here. We sadly know the outcome of what the full commitment to this play is going to look like, but
the one good thing we do know is Vitasia will, after checking this, pop immediately right back up to the moon, because I don't think Vitasia has any blue planet checks left at this moment, I believe.
Nope.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, there is a save up there. Mechalink does say that if the Panda's garbage, the reset would be right next to Kanyat, so
That's fair. And we
it
know
would
that
be without it would be without the XP of that fight, but honestly, does not matter.
Yep.
But we are going to get we are going to get more music here, so hey, that's always nice. Are we just hoping it's like nothing on the orbs, tower key, and not a boss on the mirror semi altar, and everything at Super Cannon?
That's a possibility here.
Yeah, Vitasia with still leaving that package on the moon right there is really hoping to see Ogopogo at the Mirasame altar. To be fair, I think we're down to a 1 in 4 chance of that being Now, I don't think... Oh, wait. Vitasia did not have an Avenger, so that actually is a
reasonable item to grab.
Gain, yes.
But yeah, Gambit's giving us some music. Maybe we should give everyone some room a little bit.
Indeed.
So Vitasia's not interested in orbs at this point.
Is anybody truly ever interested in orbs at that spot?
I love orbs.
We are actually, however, going to see the Mirasame altar, so fingers crossed here.
Is this going to be the whole darn enchilada for Vitasia here? Let's find out. We got...
just luggage.
Hoping for a tower key, maybe? Tower key could still have it all.
Yep.
But this is looking dicey for our Vitasia on the right. Well, Gambit is just going to keep going through this in a pretty straightforward way. Gambit now legit just needs a Legend Sword to finish this up. Gambit Cecil is going to shed another tear, I guess.
I mean, to be fair, as soon as Gambit throws those holy swords in the bin or sells them off, I'm sure a wandering paladin will come and find them eventually. To answer that, Ogopogo has only 3 possible locations left to be in, and that is the Super Cannon Room, Oh, apparently Gambit has not done the Odin spot yet either. We know it's not a thing, but more thing. But yeah, it's in the Super Cannon room, or it is one of the 2 giant bosses. There are no other locations left for these 2 to check.
Yeah, so this should be a pretty straightforward fight, though. Dr. Luge, pretty straightforward. Dark Imp is going to get pretty well blitzed by this incredibly high-level party, taking incredibly little damage. So things looking pretty academic, as both are, as you mentioned before, both our parties are deep into the ready for Zeromus levels. Demist already located was at Dwarf Castle. Or no, I'm sorry, was at top of was someplace where there was another item. Was it top of Zot? I don't even remember.
I believe so. Also, however, Vitasia is giving us another piece of information here. Did we find all the dupes in this seed?
I thought we did. I thought we found all of them, but we might have missed one.
There were 2 Canes, I do know that. We do not know the bed character. Neither runner did check the bed character.
Vitasia's headed back down to get Kanazo here. That's a power shirt. We know that. That's nothing for Gambit. Not going to take it. It's got to be behind orbs, doesn't it? The orbs,
yeah.
The orbs, last.
Yeah, orbs have the tower key. Super Cannon has the legend sword. Either one could be Ogopogo, or, well, I mean, tower could still be Ogopogo. In that case, Gambit will have all 5 and is rushing back up for the moon right now. But Vitasia is also diving back down. Only thing I can think of is that package is still in Vitasia's head, because Vitasia knows all the loot down here. So has to just be diving for that package.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that's it at this point.
Oh yeah, also did not do Crystal Sword Altar. Yes.
Yep.
Vanilla Wyvern.
But yeah, things are getting, like, these are big hundos here, it looks like, for both our runners, for sure. It looks like Gambit's going to do what we know is Dr. Luggage first and get the blank Sand Ruby. Well, it's blank for him. He doesn't need to check for a character. He already found Rosa.
Unless he wants an anchor.
I mean, this is true. You could get, like, that could be Sid, and you could just put Sid face down and...
Yeah, either way, unless it is Ogopogo in the Super Cannon room, we're gonna see a Forge.
Yeah.
Cheeky Wyvern going a little bit faster over on Vitasia's side, however, is going to need 3 nukes to put that cane down, it looks like, unless it gets a higher roll here. To AI. Also, no selling the reflected nuke that Fu was trying to deposit onto Wyvern there. Seems to not want reflected magic at all, honestly. But did get to the remedy, so here's the rewall, and time to kind of take a breath and get back to offense here.
Yeah, just gonna. This is gonna be pretty academic, honestly. It's slow enough that you don't really need to do anything other than let your Zerker Zerk, and it should be a-okay at this point.
Yeah, Cecil is set to blend, so that should be that as long as a nuke does not find itself over that way. Meanwhile, Gambit is through luggage and finds the Zonk and wants no part of that either.
Yeah, gonna have to go do some orbs. Yep, Wyvern script has remedy, wall falls down, cast remedy on self for 10% of health, and then rewalls right away, basically, so.
So if you find yourself without Reflect and want to try to cheekily sneak a little bit of black magic through, I'm not entirely sure when that wall falls off at the remedy script, but you really don't have a ton of time to do so. But anyway, we are going to see some orbs about a tower key here real soon. And Vitasia has actually exited out after the Vanilla Wyvern fight and is resting up. Might actually be headed straight to Cape Bahamut here. So may not be out of the running here just yet in terms of... Again, still needs to find Ogopogo at... no, is going to be diving back. Exited out for a rest, it looks like. Is diving back in. I'm not sure how Batasia's camping supplies are actually at the moment.
Might be really bad, but it looks like Gambit's going for fast rats here. Is going for Zerker rats here, which is where you just Zerk your guys up and just let them swing away without regard for their health, basically, because then once the front orbs are gone, your Yang will do full damage to the back row orb. Kane will anyway, but you know, might as well go completely ham.
CPU seems to be onto their plan and has targeted both of the Berserkers, unfortunately.
Yeah, but with a preponderance of Bacchus wines in the inventory, is gonna reload here real quick.
I'm wondering if Fu still has that power staff, I'm guessing, because that was that was not exactly the best Cure 4 I've ever seen in my life there.
Yep.
That was, dare I say, evoking Tella there. Ah, Curse Ring, yeah, that'll do it.
Ah. Anchoring it up.
But you know what still will probably do full damage? Oh wait, do we have double swag rocks being charged here?
Heck yeah, let's do this. The damage keeps coming out. Might not need it, but
we're hoping to see it. We might get one, maybe. No.
Nope.
Meteor was not your day.
So that's that for that here. Vitasia back to fight the turtle again. Key to the tower, as discussed earlier.
Now, mind you, it is an hour 56 into the seed. Gambit taking a Siren, actually, here. Hour 56, and you are hundoing the seed. I don't know about you, but I am feeling immensely nervous at this point.
Oh yeah, I am honestly expecting that my opponent has already finished. Like, I moved him back a couple of times. Like, I've world toured. I'm full hundoing this seed.
Yeah,
the only thing I'm missing is Giant and the Sand Ruby. You know, I hate this.
Yeah, and actually, don't know what the Sand Ruby is, but yeah, I am expecting that dot done 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm pulling up Discord to go, all right, well, I'm gonna put in a done soon, but it's gotta be. It's I'm gonna pull up Discord and look over and see that the race is already over, right? That's what I'm expecting here. But Gambit is not going to be greeted with a completion from Vitasia at this point. Race is still on at this point.
No, I mean the meta makes you feel a little bit better. They're like, okay, did we both fall down this same rabbit hole here? Is just sticking around for one set of gold dragons worth of XP. There is bailing out. We are going to see that tower check, and we are going to be rewarded at the very least with a semi-shiny sword.
Yeah, which we're going to turn into a shinier sword. But yeah, nerves maybe here a little bit for Gambit. Has a bit of an issue taking off. I've done that before plenty of times, so don't blame him for that.
Did not achieve escape velocity, unfortunately.
Vitasia has drilled through Kainatsu this time, tired of this turtle. Excal Cecil, got Kane, got Yang, hammering away.
Tonight, Vitasia dines on a lot of turtle soup.
Yep. But we're going to find out now from Gambit if it was all behind orbs, double objective orbs here.
I mean, if not, it will be very fun to know if one of our objectives is a soft giant required. Unfortunately, not a hard giant required, but...
It's real hard for that to happen, honestly. It's got to be both objectives up there. The rarest of the rare.
You know how I was speaking when these two picked up that darkness crystal that, hey, there's a giant up there. You should go there.
Nah, why? Yeah, there is a giant up there.
Anyway, here we go. We have a tower key. We walk inside and we find everything there.
It's all here. Vitasia just needed to do orbs and could have wiped out all of everything that has happened.
Yep. Does not even need to check this. Does not even need to check and find this Rosa, and will keep this Rosa.
Unbelievable. It's all at orbs.
CPU hard required. Yeah, yes, that is actually the best thing we could say. Yes, this was all the marbles.
So yeah, Vitasia's gonna come through the cutscene here to take Rosa, but...
Demi, what did Miss Village ever do to you?
Everything. But yeah, you never know. Free Enterprise with objectives has been really, really interesting. It's a thing we didn't have back in the day when we started playing, but now it's revolutionized the game and has set up some really interesting scenarios, including this one, where there was the double objective if you did that spot, and that's part of the fun of this, part of the big gambles.
Oh yeah.
Things get interesting.
So unless Gambit really wants to see that Cocoa shop, and at 2 hours you probably really don't want to see that Cocoa shop.
No, absolutely not.
You need to make all haste over to
the Big Z, the man, the myth, the legend.
So the question is, they said Rando's gonna rando. Why they didn't do orbs when they saw orbs? That's not a fast fight usually, and wasn't it? I believe Gambit checked orbs really quick into like early into the moon.
Yeah, I mean,
it would have been a very long CPU fight.
Yeah, some people don't like doing orbs because orbs takes a while. It's an understandable thing to do. Gamble off a long fight. Even if it's not a hard fight, you gamble it off because it's long.
Yeah, the same reason people want to fade Golbez, fade the Gauntlet. Yeah, CPU is generally free, but it's It's definitely one of those choices where, like, when you see, like, let's say, a D-Mist at Asura, it's like, do you really want to take the time to do this? Meanwhile, it is still not ice cream day for Baigen.
No, Baigen still does not get ice cream. Let us be very clear about that.
I mean, spoilers, it is never going to be ice cream day for Baigen.
Baigen's a jerk.
However, we are seeing a preponderance of blue flags with a Z question mark on them, because I can't find anything else funny to say at this moment for that.
It must be time for the most important question in Free Enterprise. That's right, Zeromus is here, can't move, but it's important because his butt is here. It is for the kicking. Let us find out.
But who's kick something?
Now, yes? What is where but yes?
Yes.
Got
exactly.
it. Lining up the crystal. Here we go. It is time.
Anchored by a very wonderful 5-speed Fusoya, so Starvale going up on Kane before he takes hold of the Avenger here. Gonna see some Reflect strats coming out. Actually, Reflector Hybrid, I'm not sure, actually.
The Fu's not really going to contribute with that Curse Ring, so it's likely we're going to see Hybrid.
Yep.
A classic, the Eggman. Vitasia is going to give us a look at the Giant, and you and I both know.
Oh no.
We know the secret. We know the truth of it all here.
We know the truth of it all, but now I'm trying to rack my brain and be like, wait, which bosses haven't we seen?
Not sure. I've lost count. But yeah, we are seeing a 2018 classic sprite here because, you know, for us, I guess that's appropriate at this point. Yep. We in the broadcast booth, of course, know that there is absolute nothing burger up here in the Giant, sadly, for Vitasia.
So what do you say? Is Eggman there about like 60% of an orb?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Maybe like 61 or 62 with the front windshield there. You know, the top of his head looks like a scoop of vanilla ice cream.
Oh man, that is a lot of that is a lot of potential XP up there.
Yeah, and it's completely
unnecessary,
free.
But part of me is just thinking, like, an hour and a half ago,
you could have gone to the Giant.
One coffin and a pile of life potions.
Vitasia turns the officer and soldier into bricks. 200,000 experience points for that. Yeah, it looks like we're on some flavor of hybrid strats here for Gambit right now. Throwing nukes with food, not going to do a ton of damage, but yeah, 3,600 still respectable. Kane doing the big damage, about 3 grand a swing, and some nuke and white from the bottom 2 casters should do some nice damage. And there's Asura, who we did not find as well. Greetings to folks.
That's a terrible place to find Asura there.
Yeah.
The one big thing about the CPU spot is I think it has maximum in both magic and physical attack, I believe.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a ton of hit points, but it's a very scary spot to see a lot of things.
Yeah, but Vitasia is going to reset out and go do orbs now because I think he now knows that everything is there. Because by process of elimination, he knows that this is the tower key, and he knows that the tower has Ogopogo. So it's all in the books. We're gonna get a full hundo here from Vitasia. Thank you, Randomania2, for the raid. 31 people. Thank you all for coming out. We are watching the very tail end of this race between Gambit017 and Vitasia. Gambit is at the end of the line here, is fighting the final boss right now, while Vitasia is going to clean up the second to last boss in the seed. I'm not counting Ogopogo. He's got 1,000 hit points in that spot. You look at him funny, and he probably just falls over.
But he still blends.
Oh god, yeah, no, absolutely. But yeah, we've got some hybrid strats. So the wall up on Kayn is going to be used to bounce nukes so that you don't get counter nukes from Zeromus. This is very important so that you don't see a lot of animations and take a lot of extra damage here. Looks like he's sitting on Rosa here and not channeling out white just to make sure that he can get off a necessary Cure 4 if it comes down to that. But the Berserkers are doing about 6,500 damage a cycle. So this fight is looking pretty academic with these levels, so just a matter of finishing the job here for sure.
Yeah, Fu actually will drop to that Big Bang. However, honestly, his job is done here. He's done everything he needs to. Let him take a little bit of a break.
Yeah, rest the night off for him. And there's some victory fireworks. That Cure 4 protects us from the Big Bang into Meteo. Everything's fine and good and nice, and we're a couple swings away from the end here. This nuke might do it, honestly.
Direct nuke to the face for just shy of the damage cap, and I believe there's a flash. That is a bang. Eggman is blasting off again.
That is that for that. 8 hits later, this fight is over. Congratulations to Gambit017, our winner, with a official race bot time 2 hours, 7 minutes, and 56 seconds. Wow. What a seed. The true hundo. The hundoist. 100%. No spoiler logs needed.
Not at all, but we are being joined by Gambit here in the chat, and do you need a moment after that hundo there?
I think I need a couple moments after the seed. That was a dumpster fire of just something. I don't even know what to call it anymore.
I mean, as it is there, I mean, it's the one thing where, I mean, it's an hour 50 into the seed, and there's still 2 objectives, and where in the world is Ogopogo? And everybody, like, both of you just saw that CPU, and it's like, nope, we're not going there.
So, fun fact, I never checked Cave Bahamut my first trip to the moon, so I didn't know CPU was there until I went to do it at the very end.
Yeah, you didn't check it. You ran back to Earth with the package and the pan, and got rewarded with half of that.
Yeah, my thought process was going up there before Hook. I'm like, I need one of these 2 things to pay out. The package thankfully paid out, and I was like, okay, now let's go. And then I started clearing everything underground, and I'm like, where is what I need? I don't have anything. I felt so far behind until I got that tower key and opened the tower, and there's Ogo, and I'm like, oh, no wonder there's no dot done yet.
Yeah, it was all here. Everything was behind orbs. The whole seed.
So one thing I definitely want to ask here is, there was obviously a large amount of divergence. Both of you pretty much full cleared the overworld, did about everything there was on the blue planet as it came down to, at the very least, before making the choice of underground to the moon. And you ran into a quite rude moon, actually. How are you feeling after seeing Antlion, Turtle, and others kind of blocking you off a little bit on that moon?
Yeah, that was a very, very rude moon. I am very thankful for those D-Lunars, though, down at the Ogopogo spot, because that was a life send. Being able to just keep someone healed up enough to get that reflect off and get to the lunar frogs. After that, I was like, okay, cool. This will give me the levels for pretty much everything else. And so I took that out, then was able to go back and take on Kanazo, got into a quick rhythm with that, had no issues. And then that gave me the levels to take on the Antlion. And then we ran into the buzzsaw that was Wyvern, and I was like, oh, hi, Vanilla Wyvern. That's nice.
Yeah, you both did fish that cursed ring out of the barren waterway, so both of you actually did have that, so that was actually really great for the both of you.
Yeah, I took the Tella in Baron with the thought of, okay, I haven't seen Rosa yet, I haven't seen Ogopoga yet. do I want to go to the Giant? Do I want to just Demon Machine grind, get my levels, and go? And then got to the moon, found the Fu, and said, yeah, no, never mind. I'm not going to the Giant. We got Fu. We're fine.
I was kind of calling for it. Now, I will say, now that we have seen it on stream, Vitasia did give us, has just played in the Crystal as well from the Super Cannon Room, but Vitasia did give us a glimpse into the Giant, and you would have got quite a bit of XP out of it, especially if you brought a Coffin. It was just the Kaipo guards at the element spot, which is not so bad, although you would have also had to fight your way past the Sora at CPU.
If I had held on to a mutant knife, I would have been fine. Just stick it on that cane, Avenge Room, and go. But yeah, that's still a rude Giant.
Now, you also, one other thing I did want to say is you also made the choice to bin that Cecil in Baron. What was the thought process behind that?
I had not done ordeals yet, and I was trying to avoid doing ordeals, which I think I actually went and did ordeals immediately afterwards, which was funny. But I felt comfortable with the team I had. Cecil was really only good with the X-Cow or Crystal Sword. I had neither at the time, and was like, you know what? I've already got a bunch of levels on these characters. I don't really feel like getting rid of them yet. Let's bin Cecil and kind of go with it. And of course, the Seed punishes me by throwing me a Crystal Sword in Luca Cave.
Which I will say your opponent did find, kept the Cecil, and still reset out of it.
Did Vitasia happen to check the boss? Because I forgot to reset, and I was like, if it's down here, I've already lost, so let's just keep moving.
Yes, I had forgotten you had not checked that boss there.
It was elements.
Yeah.
Elements isn't that bad there, but yeah, so that would have been a reset for me immediately.
Demi, any questions you wish to ask here?
No, I'm not really big on questions, but I'm scared if I have to run into Gambit at any point and there's a tough moon in our way because, man, low-level moon strats are incredibly difficult. And yeah, you gave up a bunch of time on that Kainazo, but it was really cool seeing you sort of bounce back and push through that. So, very impressed by that particular portion of the run.
Yeah, I wanted to. My thought process was, let's go down here. Let's see if there's anything free. There wasn't. Those D-Liners were free-ish once I got this fail strat. And then I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just push through this. It sucks because I'm taking these high XP spots with practically no key items, but let's go through it, see what I get, and hope something pays off. And again, thankfully, that package behind that turtle paid off in a big way, and I mean, pretty much propelled me the rest of the seed to get through it. So.
Yeah, and that was the huge thing. You did take that. You did take that package, got that Rosa, and kind of ran with her there. I was, yeah, that was actually, you came back down. Did we lose? I think all the races today are kind of going together. I'm like, how many times did they go between the moon and here? But no, I mean, otherwise, no, that was, even the first time you wiped Kanyatsu, I mean, you were up to the point where you got just a little bit greedy. You were running a very highly technical, well done fight there. Having the lit ones and Thor Rages queued up when you needed them. So, I mean, it was impressive, and I mean, then you came back and did it for real.
Yeah, I got a little aggressive with trying to get a blink off to try to help against a single punch, and once I realized that the blink didn't get off before the water came back up, I realized, oh, that's probably not in time. And sure enough, it wasn't. I was like, all right, well, let's go around, try something else, and come back to this.
Meanwhile, we do have Vitasia running up against Eggmanmus here. That said, I'm kind of almost out of questions myself. Do you have anything else you'd love to say about the seed, or for further rounds, further opponents you might want to see, further opponents you might not want to see?
There's still some good people in that 2-0 section. So it's going to be a struggle no matter who I pull. I do want to shout out you, Unite Do and Dimarine for doing the commentary, Antidale for doing the tracking. GPS, I had asked for not a dumpster fire, so I don't know what the heck exactly you gave me, but thanks for the restream, thanks for the seed. Y'all have a great rest of the night. I am going to relax and hopefully see what happens next week.
I mean, well played. You have found your way to the 2-0, and it's only Tuesday. You have a whole week to kick up, maybe do some commentary, things like that, and watch everybody else roll through their own dumpster fires.
We'll see. Have a good night, everybody.
You too. Good night.
More dumpster fires. I love it.
That's what we're here for.
It's time to hundo. We're gonna do it all. But yeah, it looks like Vitasia's got 3 Zerkers here all set up. Gonna fire off a Reflect Nuke as well, so just gonna try and push out a ton of damage here just to get through this fight as fast as possible. Again, ton of levels behind this party, so
yeah,
should be fairly academic.
I'm pretty sure that Pelham is wearing the Cursed Ring for anchoring reasons here. But even then, I mean, that's Yang punching for... I mean, that's what we bring Yang to endgame for there. I mean, he takes a little bit to get going, but he's Mr. Reliable here in the Zeroma's fight. Also, I'd love to shout out my third commentator over there. Squirt, you come over here for a sec. She's totally not going to come over here for a sec.
No, absolutely not.
But she'll still make a lot of noise back there.
She loves you and wants you to be happy.
Absolutely.
So yeah, just powering our way through. Berserker's doing about over 8 grand a cycle here. The damage throughput is spectacular and then some. My goodness.
I mean, that's the one thing about hundoing seeds there is... Oh, there's a flash already. GG. I mean, that's the one thing about hundoing seeds is at the very least, at the end of the seed, after everything's said and done, you get to relax and just take your overpowered party and blend one last thing.
Yeah, no, definitely does blend. Zeromus absolutely blends. I heard a beep. I think that's Vitasia. Hi, Vitasia.
Hi, guys. I'm dumb.
I didn't want to say anything, but yeah, I said it during the commentary. There was some oh-knowing involved there.
There's a lot of oh-knowing. The major thing that I think, you know, I marked off on my tracker that I had visited Cave Bahamut, and that was when I just visited and did the levels, and I saw the CPU and I was like, you know, I'm not feeling comfortable because I'm not at max health. I don't have a whole lot of MP, so I'll go out. If I have to come back, I will. But I marked it off on my tracker like a dum-dum. And,
oh no.
Yeah, so I was going through and I was like, where's the tower key? Tower key has to have the legend sword. And so I'm like, okay, forget it. I'm just going to check everything. I ended up like getting super tilted when I did I reset out of the package at Ribbon after I beat Kenyazo. And afterwards, I'm going through my next fights. I'm like, that was dumb. I might need that. So I go back and then I have to reset out. And so I have to redo the D-Looters fight a second time. And from that point on, I'm tilted. I think I'm way behind. So I'm making all the low percent gambles that I could possibly think of. Package boss, doing the giant. I think I'm in the worst spot. And of course, the one spot that I mismarked on my tracker was hard required for multiple objective checks. So it was the worst confluence of one error blowing up in my face.
It's how it goes sometimes. It's kind of a downer. Like, you're a great runner, and you definitely, the first half of that seed, Earth play, great. Hook route, great. Like, early underground, fantastic. Fey March bosses, by the book, like, all of that was great, and it should not don't let the end of this take away from the fact that you ran real good until one reset kind of took the wind out of your sails. Definitely don't let that get to you.
No, I know. And that's what happens at rando sometimes. You have to, I think, take some lumps to learn some very hard lessons, because if you don't ever learn a lesson unless it really hurts you in some capacity. Like, this is one of those things like, oh, well, I'm never going to mismark something again on my tracker, because I'll be extra careful from here on out. it's a hard lesson, but one I'm glad to learn kind of early in the tournament as opposed to when like there's everything on the line. 1-1, not bad. There's going to be some fantastic people in in the 1-1 stages. So nothing is a gimme in these tournaments. The whole community has just gotten so good over the past year and a half.
Yeah, I mean we're all old hand at this, but it doesn't stop all the newcomers from coming and doing some damage too and making us all feel old. I mean, wait, what? But yeah, no, I think that you're going to be a fierce opponent in the next round because I'm always the most afraid of the person who made a bunch of mistakes the week before because then they're real motivated to fix it. So I'm sure you're even with the loss here, I'm sure next week someone's gonna run into you and be real scared of you. So that should be a real good run.
Well, I try my best to not be scary in either my conversations or in my play because, I've a lot more practicing to do. I appreciate it. I've been at this for a long time, but it's one of those things that I don't practice near as often as I should. But now I'm going to have to start practicing because people start thinking I'm good, and now I have to keep up appearances. Gosh.
Yeah, I mean, and you need 4 wins basically to make it to brackets. So 3 out of the next 4 have got to kind of go your way. So now is the time.
Yeah, my trap card is activated. I'm gonna go. I'll mix my metaphors. I'm just gonna go all out. The rest of it, have to practice some.
Absolutely. Anything else that you have to say at this point in time? Anything else on your mind before we wrap up this party?
No, just thank everyone. Gundam Pilot GPS for the wonderful seed. It was not a bad seed. I don't care. Well, I heard Gambit talk about it. It wasn't a bad seed. We were just bad runners. Thank you, Trackers, Night Dude, Demarine. Both of you guys are fantastic. I love it when some of us old hands can all get together and have a stream like this.
We don't use the word old too much.
3 years though.
Relative. We're relative.
We are not Tella yet.
I'm getting there. I'm working on it. I don't know, more... Yeah, not really Tella. Doesn't really fit. I'm more like Rosa from the After Years.
Fair.
With that, have a wonderful night, everyone. Talk to everyone at the next race then.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it next week for you.
And one more thanks and shout out to both of our runners, Gambit017 and Vitasia, for giving us a absolutely wonderful 2 hours of their time and entertainment there. Both of them are, again, excellent runners. It didn't roll out for some of them there, but I mean, they are people I don't want to see next round. But then again, I could go through the list and find a whole bunch of people I don't want to see next round. So there is that here.
Yeah, no, there's so many good runners. I know Vitasia was saying it, but he's right. There's a lot of good runners out there. But yeah, so for tomorrow, oh god, we got to start talking about tomorrow a little bit just to give everybody the quick overview. It looks like assignments are out. Looks like we're going to be going 3 races tomorrow in the big restream. 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Rowdy Roddy Sniper taking on Couch 23 over on Randomania right here. Might be moved to one of the lower number Randomanias. Don't hold me to that. It's on a Randomania. 8 p.m. tomorrow Eastern time. Big Dunka, Xenocat, gonna duel it out. That one should be a ton of fun as well. That's going to be on the Free Enterprise channel. And RPG Limit Break getting one of our night cappers here, Peasants OMFG, taking on Dijon Ketchup over on RPG Limit Break. So it should be a real fun day tomorrow as well. Yo, you got anything else?
Exactly what I'm doing after work, and well, I mean, it's tournament season. We're living and breathing Free Enterprise right now, and that's totally not a bad thing.
Yeah, we all get together and we celebrate for many, many weeks together, and it's fantastic. But we're done.
Yeah, we are done. We should absolutely do this more often, though. It was wonderful commentating for you. Again, one more thanks to our restreamer Gundam Pilot Spaz and our tracker Antidale. Cannot do this without any of you guys in the background So again, just a great shout out to them and everybody else who makes this tournament work.
But yeah, we're gonna get out of here. It's like 1 a.m. on the East Coast of the United States at this point. I'm tired, but we're gonna go pop over to see LaliHo live doing his thing, as I believe he is playing the free enterprise. He's a part of this tournament. He's another strong runner. God, you can say that about like 80 people in this tournament easy. Like, and the other 20 are also good, but just maybe not as known. So, yeah. Oh yeah, let's get out of here. Thank you all for coming out as all.
Have a wonderful night, everybody.